My Lords. I wish to speak on a slightly different topic, on my amendment in this group 409 FA. And I've tabled it because we face a three-pronged crisis. First, there is the growing evidence of foreign interference from both governments and individuals seeking to subvert our democracy. And the case of former Reform UK leader in Wales, Nathan Gill, who pled guilty, of course, to 8 charges of bribery, is perhaps the most prominent example, but it's by no means the only one, as shown, for example, by MI5's recent alert to MPs, to ourselves and to parliamentary staff after finding that Chinese intelligence officers were attempting to recruit people. Second, there have been far too many other political scandals involving misbehaviour by politicians, such as those involving the then Lord Mandelson, though he is by no means, sadly, the only person from this House, or due to join this House, who has recently been in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. And third, trust in politics and politicians is at a worryingly low level. The 41st British Social Attitude Survey, for example, found that, quote, trust and confidence in Britain's system of government at record low. And given recent events, I think it is a reasonable fear that future BSA data will show new record lows being hit. We therefore need to up our game. And it is welcome that the government is taking some steps to do so. The plans in the Hillsborough Bill to modernise the law over misconduct in public office are particularly welcome. But more needs doing, and hence this amendment this evening. Which focuses on the need to crack what can be the very difficult nature of crimes involving politicians and others in Parliament and Whitehall. Now, such cases often have a foreign angle, and even when domestic, the, for example, nature of MPs working both in Westminster and in their constituency means they often span multiple police forces. Such cases frequently require specialist skills and can involve rarer types of criminal offences. And that's without getting into the well-reported difficulty of compiling sufficient evidence to see a successful route from charge through prosecution to conviction. Now, of course, those police who currently investigate such allegations are valuable, committed public servants. But take the example of counter-terrorism police who sometimes investigate such crimes. They already have huge competing and important responsibilities. And for them to investigate a potential crime in relation to public office, it must cross the bar of representing a threat to national security, a high bar that excludes many potential investigations. Furthermore, the Counter-Terrorism Policing Collaboration has itself warned that policing non-terrorist state threats like corruption is difficult because these actions are often disguised as legitimate, attribution can be challenging, and to quote them, the tactics and tools used by state actors are constantly evolving, requiring ongoing adaptation and research. So I'm making no criticism at all of counter-terror policing when I say that I think their own words illustrate the need for a dedicated unit focused on these specific complex problems, evolving in response to new tactics, and which has officers that are expert in the hidden and covert ways in which public office can be abused. We also need an approach that is robust enough to withstand the obstructions of the powerful, that is not stopped by deference or personal connections. And that's why a body like the unit in this amendment, operating under the National Crime Agency and subject to appropriate scrutiny and accountability, is needed. It's the approach that we need both to catch the crooks and to rebuild trust in our politics. Certainly other areas need action too, particularly vetting, and I very much hope that today's announcements on that and related matters from the Cabinet Office bear fruit. But this amendment sets out an additional approach that would be an important part of the solution, and I very much look forward to hearing the noble Lord the Minister's response.